gentlemen, we now look to complete the last 16 line here at the 2015 Winmau World Masters, coming to you from City Hall in Hull. We introduce firstly to the stage a man all the way from New Zealand. He's the North Island Masters and New Zealand Open champion. It's co-star Cody Harris. We now bring to the stage a former Winmau World Masters, Grand Slam of Darts and Lakeside World Champion. He's the reigning British Classic Champion. It's England's Scotty Too Hottie, Scott Waits.
Yes, so it's New Zealand in the form of Cody Harris, and the 16th different nation to be represented here against Scott Waits, former world champion, former world master, of course, and one of the legends of the game, no doubt about it. He's 38 years of age, we know, but seems as though he's been around so long. He could be 58, but we know he's not. This lad, Cody Harris, had a brief chat with him earlier. He's come along quite nicely with defeats against the USA, Finland, Gibraltar and Belgium in the form of those four individuals. But chatting to him, he's very, very laid back. And I've got Alan March with me now, a big moment for the two of us, really, because we've been working independently, individually, all day, and it's nice to know that from now on we're going to have co-commentators, and I think it's much better that way. But and I think, judging by a number of tweets and messages I've had, I think many people feel the same. Anyway, a chance here for Scott Waits to make progress through the week and win his second World Masters. That would be something.
Yeah, he'll have been sat in the background watching some of the names, certainly in the last part of the day, dropping out, and certainly his good friend Scott Mitchell being one of those. Waits, who steps up now through first. Harris will know all about Scott Waits.
100.
Will he be indeed too hotty for Harris to handle? You were telling me, John, that young Cody's not that much of a fan of sitting and watching this stuff.
Well, first of all, it's his 30th birthday today.
Happy birthday.
First of all, happy birthday. I did wish him that. He said he was rather surprised. He's one of these late, but he doesn't really want to celebrate his birthday, it seems. But he says to me, I love playing darts, but I never watch it. He's heard of Scott Waits, but he's never actually seen him play because he never watches. He said, I love rugby, but I play it, I don't watch it. And I love cricket, but I play and never watch. But he's obviously a decent player, plays a lot of his darts, obviously in New Zealand, but also crosses over to the Darts Player Australia events. And had a message today from my old mate Kevin Berlin, and he said that he often found over there playing. He played in the Sydney Grand Masters, I think it was called, not long ago. So yeah, he's a decent lad, and let's see if he can give Scott something to think about.
I'm not surprised he doesn't watch any of these sports. He's too busy playing all of them.
Well, yes, but some people do find sport easier to play than watch. It's amazing.
Scott, you acquired 12.
Waits, double six. You'd expect him to polish this off, and he does. he does just that to take the very first leg of this final match of the 42nd Winmau World Masters here in Hull. Cody Harris on the back foot from the start. Winner of the Auckland Open for the last 3 years. Winner of the New Zealand Open for the last 2 years. So can he bring his form from the other side of the world all the way around here and emulate it? 100 from Waits.
Yes, the match you just commentated on saw Richard Veenstra manage to beat Geert de Vos, so that was another seed that went by the way and went by the wayside, and he will meet the winner of this, and Scott Waits obviously favourite, number 11 seed, former champion, former world champion, won so many events, and I hope anyway I'm right in saying that shoulder problem that he had is a thing of the past, because he is a wonderful player to watch when he's on song. I suppose most players are when they're on song, but Waits has proven quality, hasn't he, in terms of the trophies on the sideboard.
55.
Yeah, you can't take away the World Championship, the World Masters winner of 2011 as well. World Cup singles winner 2011. It's all there.
77.
All the ability is there. But the thing about this sport, John, is that only one person's going to win. No matter how many enter it, only one person's ever going to win it. And if more than sort of 15 or 16 of you are pretty much the same level, still only one of you going to win it.
Well, that's what makes this event and the British Open, where the considerable number of entrants means that you have genuinely beaten
100.
genuine, honest, legitimate contenders, if I can put it that way.
I think it's great to see the amount of nations that have entered, not the whole competition, there was even more than we had, but you were on about 16 nations at the start of today being part of this competition. That's great to see.
Well, of course it is, and normally you get a host of games that are against 2 English players or certainly 2 British players.
92.
And today there have been very, very few of those. And there have been some terrific games. Yes, there have been some disappointing ones, but I've never yet seen a tournament where there hasn't been. You know, by that you get that mix. And I think there have been some great, great moments.
60.
I think that
Scott
the
32.
Butler game against Scott Mitchell was an absolute classic, and I don't think either player can reproach themselves
24.
had whoever had lost, because they both gave their all.
Waits unable to take this second leg as emphatically as he took the first, but he's still got a fair window of opportunity because Harris needs another one of those, of which he's got. So he's got double 8 here for a 136 checkout.
100.
Oh, that's close, John.
Cool, wasn't it? Cool. Leg down. Knows he had to get that, though. So, great effort. But Waits, double 4, double 2, and double 1. No problem. It was almost as if he was doing an exhibition. He wasn't. He'd have rather got the double 4, but double 1 presented no problem to the former world champ, and he's already a setup.
Well, Scotty made us wait to see whether he could take that second leg. Indeed he did, and he got it all the way down to double 1 to do so as well. But Cody Harris has work to do.
96.
You were on about earlier on that some of the games have been great, some of them have been all right. Well, that only matches other sports. It's just the fact there's so many in one day, isn't it? You don't turn the telly on and see a great game of cricket, football, rugby, whatever, every single time.
That's right, yes. And of course, as this tournament advances, then the competition becomes more intense, and we'll get a few more games that keep us on the edge of our seats. That's a great visit, that, from Harris, who incidentally is a very useful chess player. He says to me, but he says the people I play are always 7 or 8 moves ahead. He said, I'm only 3, and I thought, well, if you're only 3 moves ahead, my friend, you've got a pretty lively brain inside that head.
Saw a shot a couple of moments ago of the Czech contingent here, They've been here all day, haven't moved a muscle. 10 hours, I think they've been here watching. Go on, Scotty. That sign says. Go on, he has already so far. Taken that first set. Rather snatched at that last dart.
Yeah, it's been a feature of his game too often in the past, he would admit. That's not me being critical, it's merely being observational. So I hope it doesn't creep back too much.
One thing I found with darts players is you're not really criticising when you say things like that. And the other thing is, they tend to know. They tend to look back at their performances. And even from the moment the darts left their hand, they know what the issues are with their game. Be good to have Scott Mitchell here with us tomorrow. And I'm sure, John, having never hidden from a question before in your life, you'll ask him what happened.
Well,
in a roundabout kind of way.
Effectively, I saw him a few moments, I went down to interview. Oh, what a brilliant 164 from Waits. Absolutely fantastic. Great to watch, against the throw. And that's what he's capable of. Very, very good indeed. And had a brief word with Scott privately and just said, what a great game, you had your chance. And he said, yeah, he let me off the hook. And I wasn't able to take advantage, and I let him off the hook. But it was a terrific match between two very fine players, both good mates of mine.
Cody Harris is finding this rather tricky. A couple of our early doors winners. Razmataz on the right hand side. And our Lithuanian friend Darius Labanauskis, who he's been here some time as well. He was the first game on the door.
That's right. Been home, had a sleep and come back, I think. Oh, there's a 180. What a brilliant little bit of group in there. Absolutely fantastic. And the New Zealander making sure that he makes some sort of impact. He hasn't played badly in this game, but when you hit with a 164 finish and Scott Waits throwing well, you've got to play well to stay in the contest.
It's a good bit of keeping your mind focused as well, isn't it? When you're last on the list, and if you've come in fairly early. Scott has been here several hours. I saw him hours ago. Said hello to him. And it's all about just keeping you calm, keeping you composed, but mentally keeping yourself ready for the game. He's been here a long, long time, and he's come out, and he hasn't lost a bit of sharpness, has he?
No.
89.
89
150.
gives 32. Now this would hurt, like the 164, 150, very much on for Waits, but not now.
45.
It's the highest checkout of the day, I think I'm right in saying, 164. We've had one or two big checkouts, a 146 earlier in the day, two treble 19s and double 16. Oh, but that's a good leg. That's a very good leg of darts. Well played, Cody Harris, and he's now got the chance to win the set by throwing first successfully.
Yeah, he'd have enjoyed that. The last thing he wants to do is head back to New Zealand and say that he got knocked out without winning a single leg. And he's done that, and can he build on it?
Well, the journey to New Zealand has several legs attached to it, doesn't it?
I've done it a couple of times, yeah. You're right there.
Well, happy birthday. He's got that one leg anyway to celebrate.
140.
Born 9th of October 1985. Although when it's the 9th of October in New Zealand, it's still the 8th here, isn't it? more than likely.
Oh, the Japanese guys have they've switched allegiances. They're supporting Cody Harris now.
Well, why not?
Oh, why not?
Why not?
Pick a player and go.
Fellow Easterners. All from the Pacific family.
100. Scott, you acquire 100.
Seems
player, isn't he?
Seems to have found a bit more of a rhythm, doesn't he now?
For him, you know, and he's certainly got what it takes. But he's taken out 164, now 161. This is the quality that you're up against, young Harris. Birthday or not, you get no presents from Scott Waits.
Shut the back door, Scott Waits. What are you doing? 164, 161. Does he want a deck chair out there as well? Unbelievable.
A set-winning strike, if ever there was. And doesn't matter how well you play, when a man like that is on this kind of form, there ain't much you can do about it.
Doesn't matter who you're playing. If your opponent is 164, 161 in consecutive, in opposite legs, it doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're on finishing like that, doesn't matter.
99.
What a bit of play from Scott Waits in the last few legs or so. And that lady sat with 3 world champions. Lucky you, I'm sat with John Gwynn.
60.
Won the Lakeside Press World Championship.
So I'm sat with the world champion.
Worth talking.
Hey mate, I'm happy with that.
And the Pro-Am pairs with Bobby George 1 year,
81.
with Richie Davis on another occasion, and then trying to think who else. Oh, it was an American player who, frankly, his name I forget.
140.
I've only got a World Junior Tarzan Championship, but that's not in the same league, and it was in Mablethorpe. And,
Well, the nice thing about the time I won it with Bobby George, he insisted that I wore his cape and
100.
took the candelabra up on the stage, and he followed me to be presented with the prize before the play on the Friday night. Great moment, won a trip. Really cherish that memory. Back in
100.
'99, I think it was.
not enough capes in darts anymore, are there? Just not enough capes.
Anyway, back to real darts.
Waits has left himself 101. Harris 221 in the distance, as he has been
60.
so far
Scott, you
in this
acquire
contest. He took that leg
101.
in the second set against Waits, but here treble 20. Is he doing this again? Double 16 for a 101.
Scott Waits.
Wowzers.
Second leg Cody to the first.
Well, I said
Game on.
he's waited until the end. Maybe we save the best till the last here. Scott Waits, he's in imperious form.
Yes, 164, 161 and 101. The 101's a doddle compared with the other two, although it isn't a doddle in reality. It still needs 3 accurate arrows.
81.
He certainly provided those, and when you look at Harris's average, you might say, yes, all right, he's not had too many darts at a double, which helps.
77.
But nevertheless, it's a very, very respectable performance that he's putting in here. He's just been hit by heavy armoury.
There's plenty of players today that if Harris had played like this would be a much tighter contest.
Yes, certainly.
Simple as.
60.
Yes, 6 out of 8. Look at that, 75%. And of course, the 3 big finishes have got to be first dart at the double or the bull,
60.
by definition. But he's still, for all that, hit 3 out of 5.
It was a shaky start to this leg for Waits.
Oh, there it is.
180.
And I'm not talking about the 180. Impressive that. One leg, 21 darts. Okay, that can happen. But all the others, brill. Even the one from
100.
the lad who's just hit that 180. He's second in the match, by the way.
Can Harris take another leg from Scott Waits, the former world champion? Last on the list.
140.
My word, a 140. Leaves himself 40. Harris looking to level off. Hoping to level off against Scott Waits.
140.
And double top here will give us one apiece in this third set.
Games from the second.
He's got it.
leg, Cody Harris.
Well done, Cody Harris. That was an excellent leg of darts. And he's not being phased by the heavy hits that he's had to take from this man.
140.
No, not in the slightest.
Well, I think he deserves a set, to be honest. I'm not suggesting he deserves to win the game, because Waits is throwing as Waits can throw. But I think he'd be unlucky to go away without winning a set. He's a very, very neat and tidy player, isn't he?
Well, he's unlucky, if you like, to have caught Scott Waits on a very good day.
70.
He's got to finish the job, so let's not get too excited. But Scott Waits has looked good so far. Martin Adams looked decent as well.
Well, the thing about the shorter format, 5 sets but only 3 legs per set, the best of 3, is that, as I suggested earlier, things can change so very quickly. You can be coasting 1 minute and then suddenly you're in trouble the next, as a fella puts strings a dozen or so really good darts together.
100.
And suddenly it can change. And
Interesting.
there's evidence of that on occasions today.
I meant to ask you earlier. Interesting something that Glenn Durrant said a little bit earlier on. He said, "Mark McGean, he scares me. He's that
Yes,
good. He scares me." Did you pick up on that?
I did immediately, and I think he means it in a different sense too. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
180.
That's his third maximum.
We'll
His
come back to
second
that.
in this set. And he's given himself, Al, we'll come back to that in a minute. He's given himself here a genuine chance now. And if he doesn't win a set, then he's only got himself to blame. Double 16.
The old invisible dart trick.
Yes, I bet that one went in.
25.
Ah, so there we are.
51.
Now 51 for Waits. That's where it is, son. That's where it is. And Waits wins the match after the New Zealander missed a chance to take the set. So, Scott Waits with an accomplished performance. 3 massive checkouts. Well, 2 massive ones. 164, 161, and a 101 to follow that.
Well, ladies and
But I
gentlemen,
think he's got a lot of respect for the man he's just played, who's actually performed rather better than the score suggests.
Yeah, I think as we were talking about during commentary there, I think Cody Harris plays anybody else today on the list of players that we've had, and he might just have stood a chance of going through, you know. But here, this man on your left of your shot was just in superb form. A couple of huge checkouts, as John was saying, means that Cody Harris just didn't stand a chance. But I tell you what, these two are going to go and talk that over